Meeting will now come to order for the regular council meeting and the successor agency, RDA. Will you please turn on all your cell phones? And we'll start with the flag salute from the Ferguson Elementary students. Will lead us into the flag salute.
Put your right hand over your heart. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Prometo lealtad a la bandera de los Estados Unidos de América y a la república que representa una nación bajo Dios indivisible, con libertad y justicia para todos. Peace sign up. Ready? Begin. I am a peace builder. I pledge to praise people, to give up put downs, to seek wise people, to notice and speak of the hurts I have caused, to right wrongs, to help others. I will build peace at home, at school, and in my community each day. Yo soy un peace builder. Yo prometo elogiar a las personas, no burlarme de otra gente, buscar a personas sabias, reconocer y hablar sobre el daño que he causado y rectificarlo, corregir mis errores, ayudar a los demás. Yo crearé paz en mi hogar, en mi escuela, en mi comunidad todos los días.
Blessed Father, what a great thing it is to have young people wanting to be peacemakers. That's what our world needs more now than ever. We thank you for all of our young people in this community. They all do the same peace pledge, and we do thank you for that, and they're learning, and they're listening, and they're hearing, and they're taking it into their hearts, which is very important. Father, be with the council tonight, and just so you know that we had a great weekend. Things were safe, people were safe, even though things got changed around, we still had a wonderful weekend for the community, and I think they all enjoyed it. And Father, we're just thankful we were able to give something special this year for the 50th anniversary. And Father, we do thank this council for that, because with their thought and their ideas is what helped it along tremendously. So just now be with all the council members, be with our family here in City Hall. Some are still out with illnesses. Some have some family situations. And Father, we just ask that you continue your watch care over them. And tonight, just let everything be pleasing to you. Amen.
Roll call.
Councilmember Director Rios.
Present.
Councilmember Director Farfan.
Here.
Councilmember Director Gomez.
Here.
Councilmember Mayor Pro Tem Vice Chairmember Bruce.
Here.
Mayor Chairmember Rodriguez.
Here.
You have a quorum.
And presentations and proclamations, we do have 4. So will the council please join me down? The first one is the monetary donations to Ferguson Elementary School. Ms. Lozano, would you please come up? And the children. be receiving $5,000 for your science camp. Would you like to say a few words, Ms.?
So on behalf of the Ferguson community, we would like to extend our gratitude to the council for their support, not just today for this science camp, because this is, they always help us out. And I know our children are very excited, and we're looking forward to this learning opportunity. So as always, thank you very much.
And thank you, and here's your real money right here. That's the... Yeah, that was wonderful the way they spoke, the flag, and their, what is it, the motto? Or
Yeah, it's our Peace Building Pledge.
pledge? Very good. And they were perfect Spanish. I can't believe that. Thank you. Next, we have the presentation of a proclamation declaring April the 20th, 2014 as Fair Housing Month. That's why I can figure. Fair Housing Month. Whereas one of the greatest freedoms enjoyed by Americans is the freedom to live in a home of one's choice. And whereas this promise was made to us by the nation's fair housing law, which requires that all people be treated equally in connection with the sale or rental of housing, regardless of race, color, national origin, gender, disability, sexual orientation, marital status, age, familial status of religion, or religion. And whereas the Federal Fair Housing Act, the original legislation targeting the elimination of housing discrimination in America, was enacted in 1968. And whereas since the adoption of the fair housing legislation, April 1968, April has been designated as Fair Housing Month. Each year, the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development and the Fair Housing Foundation organizes events and activities during this month to focus attention on the issue of equal opportunity in housing. And whereas April is Fair Housing Month, throughout the nation, we are asking each resident of the city of Hawaiian Gardens to support efforts to put into practice the principles of freedom, justice, and equality upon which this great nation was founded. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that I, Mayor Reinaldo Rodriguez, and the City Council of the City of Hawaiian Gardens, on this 8th day of April 2014, do hereby proclaim April 2014 as Fair Housing Month in the City of Hawaiian Gardens. And Stella Lugo will say a few words if you can.
The Fair Housing Foundation would like to give you guys thanks, and we feel very privileged to be able to serve your community. We are constantly speaking with clients, tenants, and landlords, educating and training in regards to fair housing laws, and we hope to continue to do so. Thank you so much.
The next proclamation is for the libraries for Karen Kavanaugh. Right? Yeah. Whereas libraries help change lives in their community, campuses, and schools, and whereas librarians work to meet the changing needs of their communities, including providing resources for everyone and bringing services outside the library walls, and whereas libraries are the center of the community engagement, bringing together their members to address local issues and shape the community, and whereas libraries offer programs to meet community needs, providing residents with online learning classes, resume writing, 24/7 homework, health and employment resources, early literacy programs for children, teens, and adults programming, and whereas the Hawaiian Gardens Library joins libraries, librarians, library workers, and supporters across America in celebrating National Library Week with the theme of life change at your library. Now therefore, Mayor Rodriguez and the City Council of the City of Hawaiian Gardens proclaim National Library Week, April 13th through the 19th, 2014, and encourage all residents to visit the library and take advantage of our wonderful library resources available, and thank their librarians and library workers for making information accessible to all who walk throughout the library door. And our librarian here in Hawaiian Gardens is Ms. Kavanaugh.
So first of all, I'd just like to say thank you to the city council, the mayor, and the city staff. Sometimes when you're in a place where there's two organizations trying to work together, we're a county library in the city, serving the city of Hawaiian Gardens, sometimes it's kind of an uneasy alliance, but here in the city, we've always just been so supported by this city and by its community, and so I want to thank you, the community members, and I want to thank the city of Hawaiian Gardens for that, because it makes it a fantastic place to work, and it makes it so much easier for us to provide services to the community because of that support. Secondly, I just want to encourage everyone to stop by the library. We have a lot of great things going on, and we have a lot of fantastic services available. As they mentioned, we have a lot of great online services, including online classes for adults. We have some great stuff for families with kids, small kids. We're going to have an open house for our Family Place area this Saturday. You can come check out what we have for the little ones. And so there's just a lot of great things going on. So especially if you haven't been there for a while and you have maybe an idea of what libraries used to be about 20 or 30 years ago, come check it out, because not only is it a beautiful building thanks to the city, but there's a lot of great things going on. So thank you very much.
We have 2 certificates of appreciation. The City Council of the City of Hawaiian Gardens presents this certificate to Luis Miguel Gonzalez for your assistance in the parent education classes for the Activate Hawaiian Gardens program. Okay, so you're going to receive for Nidia? Huh? Nidia, would you please come over? Nidia Cordona.
Briefly, they're being recognized for helping us with the Activate Hawaiian Gardens classes for the parents of the kindergarten students that were just held over the past month. Nidia was our translator and actually gave the class in Spanish and helped, and whatever Alexander added, she translated for the parents. And Luis, he's a good young man who works for the city as well. He's always helping, and he was kind of our gopher. Did everything we needed, make sure we had all the supplies and things we needed, and kept us, kept things where we needed them to be. So we wanted to thank you for your help and your assistance, and for the parents and the children of the community. We thank you for making this program a success this year. Thank you.
Hi. Thank you. It was a great opportunity. I got to learn a lot. I got to meet a lot of parents that were interested, and just learned from them as well. And I thank Dr. Alexander and Mike Gomez for this opportunity. It was wonderful, and thank you very much.
I'd like to give thanks to Alexander, Mike, for giving me the opportunity. I learned something new. All the parents were involved, learned something new from the class. I'm hoping to come back next year if I get the opportunity again. And thank you.
We're going to have a brief PowerPoint on our parade and our 50th anniversary, so we stay. We'll do that next. Oh, one more.
Mr. Rodriguez?
I, Emmanuel Rodriguez,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
that I will defend and support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the Constitution
and allegiance to the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and to the Constitution
and to the Constitution
of the State of California,
of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well
and faithfully
discharge the duties
upon which I am about to enter.
upon which I'm about to enter.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So now we'll have the PowerPoint on our weekend of celebration here in the city of Hawaiian Gardens.
The City of Hawaiian Gardens is happy to celebrate its anniversary with today's parade, as well as this weekend's Carnival at Ferguson Elementary School. Today's theme is our youth, our future. Here comes Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse. Whoa, look at that. North Valley Military Institute from Granada Hills is our official color guard. You will notice the judges will take the salute from this color guard. North Valley complies. Thank you. Let's welcome the Artesia High School cheerleaders. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our well-known Airport King Barry Brown.
He wasn't happy.
Miss Hawaiian Gardens, all right. Councilmember Victor Farfan, hey, folks, how are you doing? Hey, folks, it's Elvis and Marilyn. Marietta Rios, one of our newest council persons. And then we have a following that, we have my friend Don Canati. Is that Ty? Is that Ty? That's Ty the elephant. Artesia High School Red Cross Club. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome today's honorary Grand Marshal, Chief Barry Salas. Chief Salas is a member of the Peace Cabernet tonight. Youth Activities League from Lakewood Sheriff Station. Ladies and gentlemen, the Senior Advisory Board members are, all right, the Human Services Board Nutritional Lunch Program offers free lunches to the seniors of Hawaiian Gardens. Ladies and gentlemen, Alejandro Luna, Celebrity Grand Marshal, the sports presenter at Univision 34. Reserve Enlisted Training Corps. The Fetty International Studies Academy presents its new drumline from the first parade of Britons. And here comes someone we all know, Dr. Mary Kruger, the Community Grand Marshal. Hawaiian Gardens, Hawaiian Gardens building is underway. Director Here come the angels. If you make noise, he will come.
All right, thank you for the wonderful dancing. All right. Girl Scouts.
Scout Troop 1333. Oh, slow down there, hometown heroes. Ryan Bruce, one of our good sponsors from the parade in the city and everywhere else. We're very proud. The Gardens Casino. The Eagles are here. Are the Hawaiian Garden Commissioners. They get this very special trolley. Pastor Pedro Rivera. Next, one of my favorite entries in the parade always is this one here, the Golden Age Club. Beautiful, beautiful. Melbourne Elementary School, Dr. Seuss Readers ABC Superintendent Dr. Seuss celebrating their 10-year anniversary with the city of Hawaiian Gardens. They worked very hard hours and won many awards, various competitions. Senior concert band. Hey, Marissa Perez, John Paul Guerrero, Cerritos College trustees. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Rio Hondo Prep School Band from Arcadia, California. Carmen Olivas, Cerritos College trustee. Representing the communities of Lakewood, Bellflower, Cerritos, please welcome the Mayfair High School Monsoon Marching Corps. The Bingo Club, Hawaiian Gardens since 1988. The Hawaiian Gardens Food Bank since 1995. Ladies and gentlemen, Ballet Folklorico Espalagia are participating in the Hawaiian Garden race for their third time. Please welcome the entry from Kelly's OK Tires. They're riding in a Nash Metropolitan driven by owner Romano Delgado. They have a history of achieving, including Orange Bowl champs 3 times, 2014 regional champs, second place in the 2014 Nationals in Florida. Bringing to a close is the Dana Middle School Marching Band. What a wonderful send-off. Ladies and gentlemen, what a beautiful, beautiful send-off for our 50th anniversary parade here in Hawaiian Gardens. And we got so much going on today in the park, we can hardly fit it all in before it starts. Happy anniversary to you. Happy anniversary to you. Happy anniversary, Hawaiian Gardens. Happy anniversary to you. All right, everybody clap.
Thank you, Bashir. That was great, and I guess we all had a good time, all our residents, and this is one of the best parades we ever had in the history of Hawaiian Gardens, and it was all done because we had a staff that coordinated. We had an event staff, and everybody did their work, their job, and I mean everything came together. because everybody worked together. And so we want to thank everybody here in the City of Hawaiian Gardens, especially the staff and the event coordinators. Thank you. Okay, we'll proceed to the oral communications. This is the time reserved for members of the public wishing to speak on items on and not on the agenda, except for public hearing items. This period will be limited to 3 minutes per speaker. Maximum time allocated is 15 minutes. Upon conclusion of oral communications, the City Council or City staff, at the direction of the mayor, may respond to any questions or statements that were presented by members of the public. The City Council prohibited by law from discussing or taking any action on items presented during oral communications. They are not on the agenda. So anybody in the public who wishes to speak? If not, we'll continue to item A. Oh, I'm sorry.
Priscilla Kwan, 21337 Norwalk Boulevard, council member. I'm follow up with my concern as a resident and in a community, a large community in my complex. We have a little hiccup on Saturday. In middle of our celebration and parade, I'd like to know what is our PRs gonna do with this kind of bad reputation in our city, with the crime scene start in Riverside, end up in our city. So if I can follow up with that, maybe listen from the manager. Hi, sir. Welcome. So I'd like to know about that, because I just mentioned that, I think 2 weeks ago, and here we have that. In that morning, the crime scene ended up in Hawaiian Garden. It's sad. It happening in the day that we celebrate our 50th anniversary. Other than that stuff, thank you. It's good success, and we can follow up with our meeting on the 10th, see what we can do to improve for our next parade and carnival. Thank you.
If no one else, we'll close the oral communications, and we have anybody who would like to respond to Ms. Kwan?
I do. Unfortunately, life happens. I'm glad that the situation was resolved positively, but we're a resilient city. We moved beyond it. We celebrated. We saw that the situation needed to be handled by the sheriffs, which they did an excellent job. And we moved forward. We have a great city here. I do not appreciate that we keep focusing on the negative, but it is part of our city. We are a tight-knit community. I myself was praying for the situation to be resolved positively. I don't like violence. I heard about it. We did what needed to be done. I enjoyed myself during the parade. I enjoyed myself during the dance. It was great.
I'll just add that one of the things, we were all concerned about how this would look or how it would come out, how it would be reported. The next day in the Press Telegram, they did have an article about the police incident that happened, and it was just kind of generic about a chase, and it happened to stop there. They didn't implicate Hawaiian Gardens in any way. And other than that, and then also positively, right next to that article, there was two big pictures. One said "Nifty at 50" and had a big picture of the balloon, and had a big picture of the mayor on his car waving to the crowd, and talked about our carnival, our 50th anniversary parade celebration. So I think our PR company was probably responsible for sending that out. So I think there is work being done.
No, it is an unfortunate reality, but as my fellow council members are alluding to, I think we just got to move forward. We cannot do what the media does, and that is solely focus in on the negative. There's so many positive things going on. And once again, kind of what I mentioned at our last council meeting, it's up to us as residents, as city council members, as staff members, whatever it may be, our role in the city, just to spread that positive message and make sure that people, whatever happened that day, it's corrected. People get the right idea, well, actually the right message of what actually occurred. And we're responsible for getting that message out there. So let's focus on the positive.
Yeah, I really am very pleased with how everything went that day, regardless of the crime that happened and ended up rerouting our parade. But what I was so impressed with was how our staff just jumped in right away, and they didn't miss a beat. Everything got moved. The judging stand even ended up having to be moved, and it's a credit to our staff at how quickly they just responded and pulled it off. And I mean, there might have been some panicking going on underneath it, but it didn't appear that way. It looked very smooth. And I was impressed with our community. They just left the places where they were, got out of the way, and went and where the parade was. And so I thought it was amazingly positive how that turned out. And then everyone that came to the carnival afterwards, and how fun that was, and how many people from the community came out. So it was really a credit to our community, and it was a credit to our staff. And yeah, like Mrs. Rios said, I mean, life happens, and I'm very happy that the sheriff's department was able to get the man out of the car without an incident. I'm glad that the woman is recovering. So I think that those are the things we have to focus on, and I think there's so much positive. I must admit, when I heard the helicopter and I woke up in the morning, I wanted to know. But what are you going to do, you know? I think we did the very best we could do, and I think it turned out great. It was a great celebration. So thanks, everybody.
I read the article on the Press Telegram, and they never mentioned Hawaiian Gardens. They mentioned that city where the incident happened, and in fact, they said that the incident was, or where the barricade was, that it was near Long Beach. They didn't even say Hawaiian Gardens, so I think it turned out well, and I don't think we got that much bad publicity at all. And we'll continue to item A, public hearings. We have somebody who wants to speak. Can we oral communications have been closed.
It's up to you, Mayor, if you want to reopen.
You guys. Anybody wishes not to open it, or? Okay, well, go ahead.
I just have kind of like a comment. My son, he played for Hawaiian Gardens Eagles. We live in Hawaiian Gardens. And he played for Eric Leon's team. They're in Premier. They were actually Premier when he quit, my son, because he wasn't getting enough playing time. And about 3 years ago, I mean, this team brought up this team all the way to Premier. And about 3 years ago, most of the players were from Hawaiian Gardens. To what I know right now, there's only about 2 or 3 players from Hawaiian Gardens. And I mean, I know some of the players are not as strong as some others, but for some reason, well, the reason why they actually quit is because they weren't getting enough playing time. And I understand that some of the other players were better than, I guess, our kids from Hawaiian Gardens. But, my son, after he quit, I asked him if he wanted to play for some other club or something. He said, no, I don't want to play no more, because my motivation got brought down so low that, he didn't tell me, but I saw him because he didn't want to play no more. And I just wanted to comment on that. Thank you.
Would anybody like to comment on that? Or
Not so, I can't speak to, his particular son's issue, but I will say that we're supposed to have on this agenda, but it wasn't guidelines for how the sports complex is going to be operated. So I hope it will be on the next agenda, and we'll discuss how the complex is used and try to figure out a way that it is fairly used by all the people in the community.
Because we really don't have any control over the Eagles. The city has no control over the Eagles, so I guess we can speak to Jesus Mendoza maybe, oh.
It's not on the agenda.
Okay, it's not on the agenda. We can't continue on. So we'll have to agendize it until next meeting. Is that is that the
maybe
proper?
when we have the guidelines item, that could be part of it.
Okay, so we're going to have our guidelines here pretty soon. Okay, we'll wait until we get everything, our guidelines and everything, and we'll respond to that. Okay, now the next item was going to be B, ordinance, none. C, consent calendar. Items listed on the consent calendar are considered routine and will be enacted by one motion and one vote. There will be no separate discussion of these items. If discussion is desired, that item may be removed from the consent calendar and will be considered separately. Do we have any items, or do you wish to?
I guess item number 3.
Item number 3.
C3. That's the only one.
Okay.
If there are no other items, I'll make a motion to approve the remainder of the consent calendar in its entirety.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous. Item number 3, consideration of the mayor's appointment of Donna Schultz of the Planning Commission. We go to page 26. The city currently has 2 vacancies on the Planning Commission. Recently, Mayor Rodriguez, myself, received a letter of interest from Donna Schultz, who heard of the opening from the city council meeting, and she wrote us a letter why she wanted to be appointed to the Planning Commission. I guess everybody read it, or you have any questions?
No, go ahead. No, I just wanted to, make sure that it was spoken about so that we could vote her on the commission. She's been her family has been a part of the committee for years, and Donna's a former employee, and we know how they care about the community. So that's all I want to do. So just make sure that we publicly were all able to say whether that we agreed with the appointment.
Mayor, she presented an impressive letter. It seems that she has more than enough experience to be on the commission and would be an excellent asset to our city.
Any more? Yes, she did write a very impressive letter here. She's lived here for 51 years. So this is the consideration, so we can put her on the agenda on the next meeting to.
No, we're going to do it now.
To approve. So you want to?
You approve her tonight, but it's pending the background check. So you can approve her tonight, but she'll be sworn in after the background checked.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I made a motion.
Okay.
I'll second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
It's unanimous. Oh, since we're talking about commissioners here, we're also going to have an opening for the recreation. Mary Salcido, she talked to me during the over the weekend, and she said that she is resigning, officially resigning. So we're going to have another opening for recreation.
I have a report on that I can give
Okay,
either now or
please.
give.
Go ahead
now.
and give us
Okay.
to us right now.
At this time, there are 3 positions open on various commissions. They are as follows. Public Safety Commission has 1 opening, Parks and Recreation Commission 1 opening, and Planning Commission still has 1 opening. And background in planning, construction, or business would be beneficial for the Planning Commission. If you're interested in serving on the commission, please send a letter or email to myself, City Clerk, stating your qualifications. The mayor, with the consent of the City Council, makes the appointments to the commissions. Public Safety and the Parks and Recreation Committee are held on the 3rd Wednesday of each month at 6 p.m., and the Planning Commission meets as needed. And I've given my address to sunderwood@hdcity.org, or for further information, you can call me at 562-420-2641, extension 251, and I ask Bashir to please put this on our newsletter, our webpage. You know anybody that's interested, please have them contact me.
Thank you, Sue. We will proceed to discussion items. Any discussion items? No. New business? Oral staff report?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. Mayor and members of the City Council, staff would also like to say thank you to the community regarding the recent parade and carnival, especially our residents on Juan Avenue, just north of Carson, who had a surprise for them that morning, a parade going down their street that they weren't expecting. But all the residents on that street were very cooperative, and we really appreciate their support. Also would like to thank the sponsors, our commissioners, and of course all of you City Council members for your support, especially our members that were on the subcommittee. You all supported staff, and you gave us the support of utilizing our budget to its full capacity in areas where we felt were very beneficial to the success of the event. So thank you very much for that. There's no rest in the department. We have 2 more events to finish up the month of April. So I'd like to remind the community about. Our annual Easter egg hunt is scheduled for Saturday, April 19th. Once again, our friends from Ferguson are hosting the party. The event will be at Ferguson from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. We will have an egg hunt for 5 different age categories. We'll have a moon bounce and different games available for the children. And our friends from the Senior Advisory Board in the Senior Center will be there providing food and beverages. And then the following Saturday, on the 26th of April, the city is celebrating Arbor Day from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And this event will be held at Fedi International Studies Academy on the northeast side of campus, where the new larger size parking lot is located. There's a grass area on the northeastern corner where we're going to be planting trees and celebrating Arbor Day, and we will also have food and beverages available for the community. So we hope to see the community there. Thank you.
Mr. Gomez, have you, yes, Mr. Gomez. I'm like, for a minute, I got confused with the council member next to me. I'm like, what? Can you please list our sponsors? I think we need to thank them.
Yes, unfortunately, council member, I don't have that with me, and we did have numerous sponsors. But what we will do at the next city council meeting is we'll have a more formalized report for all of you, listing our sponsors as well as our revenues and expenditures, to give you more specifics regarding the celebration. But my apologies about this evening.
Thank you.
The only problem we're going to have is when we tell our city administrator how much money we spent, thanks to our Mayor Pro Tem. Oral council reports.
I will go ahead and begin. Thank you, gentlemen. First of all, I attended the 3 meetings that the district held at Carmenita, Fay Ross, and here at Fedi Academy. They held 2 meetings to get input from the community in regards to the new district they will be creating here in Hawaiian Gardens and the various districts throughout the district. There's going to be 7 at ABC Unified. And so it was great hearing the input from the community. I think everyone is supportive in terms of having a Hawaiian Gardens district and the lines that were drawn and supporting that education. And that I think that's as far as I can comment on that. Also, in regards to this weekend, I thought it was an amazing event. I was very grateful to take part of it. I would like to thank Melissa, Luis, and Juan because I think they went beyond the call of duty. Melissa took care of us all, and Juan had such a beautiful reception. The morning breakfast, this is my first time going, so you can comment further on that. But everything was really great. I was able to be with my nephews that weekend and take them to the different rides, the various game booths, and I know that Officer Acosta was there. And the YAL team with the water dunking team. Booth, I thought I was a better thrower, but it obviously didn't seem to be so. But I just had a really great time, and I thank you for the opportunity.
Okay. I'm just going to add to what you talked about, the town hall meetings. I attended the one here in Hawaiian Gardens. And I also attended a follow-up meeting that the district had on March 1st where they discussed of the comments they got at the 3 meetings, and basically it seems that plan number C was the one that was the most favored. It seemed to be the fairest as far as trying to keep city boundaries intact, although it was difficult, as I said, because of the challenge of splitting it and having the same population in each of the 7 groups. So some parts of some cities had to be separated, but overall it seemed to be the fairest. So I think right now, again, the school board's still reviewing it, and I believe it's March 6th. They're going to have a meeting where they actually vote on which plan they're going to approve. So we're looking forward to that. I want to add on April 4th, I attended at Artesia High School. They're performing our drama club, whatever they performed the play Grease, and those students were fantastic. Everybody knows the movie. As I was watching them perform, listening to them sing and dance, and you thought of the characters on the TV, on the movie, and they really mimicked them well, and then they did a lot of, the movements were amazing. So I want to congratulate them on such a great performance. Earlier today, Alexander and I, we attended a meeting in the city of Downey. They have a program called Healthy Downey, where they're meeting with interested partners in the community to try to create a healthy environment there, and they invited us to come and share our program with them of what we've been doing, and so it was a good experience to share and hear what they're doing as well. I think we learned from each other, and it's great that I just feel good that people feel like our program has some value to it, that they would ask us to come and present at their organization. And finally, the video was really cute, what Bashir put. I didn't see me and my team there. I think it's because I was in a pickup truck and we kind of went by quick. But I got to say, my little 4 or 5-year-olds t-ball team, they practiced and they sang "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" in front of the grandstand. I probably were off when it couldn't get onto it. That's fine. But I think maybe I'll ask the kids if they can come here and maybe do a Pledge of Allegiance and sing the song for you guys all to hear, because these little kids were something else. They're singing their hearts out, especially one little boy. And he's the quiet as a mouse on the team, and he never says anything, and almost the whole way he's standing next to me, strumming an imaginary guitar, singing. It was amazing. So anyways, I'll have to say I had a great time over the weekend as well.
I just want to add that I also attended the district meeting held at Fetty. I just want to thank the residents of our community for coming out and and being a part of this. I know that the district did accommodate 2 meetings. I want to thank the district for doing that. But once again, just most importantly, that the interest level was there from the community, and they were able to have a forum to ask the questions that they felt comfortable, that they understood what was going on. Also just want to thank staff for all their hard work. I want to thank the committee for making this one of the best parades and carnivals that we've ever had. When everyone works together, obviously that's a final product that we get. So I just want to once again commend everyone for such a wonderful weekend. Thank you.
Yeah, we've been busy. I'm very pleased too with the trustee meeting and how many people from the community came out and showed an interest in that. And I think it's a great thing that we're going to have a representative from Hawaiian Gardens on that board. And I want to thank our new councilmember, Mariana Rios, for being such a big part of that. So thank you so much for doing that. The Parade and Carnival, of course, we've talked about. Was fantastic, and I did thoroughly enjoy watching Mike's kids sing. I ran from my car. After the parade was over, I turned around and ran back the wrong way so that I could see the parade. Because the last time I didn't get to. I just sat in the car, and that was it for me. So I said, not this time. So we ran down the street, and we saw Mike's kids singing their hearts out, and it was great. I wanted to comment on our hometown heroes in case there was some confusion about what are these hometown heroes. Actually, they were all supposed to be in one big vehicle, and they got kind of split up there in the end. But a hometown hero is actually 12 people that the council has had an opportunity to select people that they feel are people that represent the kind of positive role models in our city that our city needs. And these people have all grown up in the city of Hawaiian Gardens. All of them have accomplished various goals. We have 7 of them that participated in the parade out of the 12 that have been selected. And they'll be featured in our newsletter throughout the year. We'll have all 12 of these interviewed. They'll be on cable. They'll be on our webpage. Hopefully they'll be in the paper. That would be good. Good human interest stories. But just positive things coming out of Hawaiian Gardens. And Priscilla Kwan, you had mentioned, what are we going to do? Well, that's the kind of thing we need to do. We need to focus on the positive, and we need to highlight the positive, and we need to make mention of that. And we need to get it in as many as the social media outlets as we possibly can, as well as news and paper and things like that. So we're very proud of those people and what they represent. So be looking in your newsletters community for these positive stories, and check out your cable for their stories. I want to comment also on April 23rd at 7 p.m. at City Hall. I'd like to make sure that the community gets invited to come to a sheriff debate, a candidates for sheriff debate that will be right here at City Council chambers. 6 of the 7 candidates running have confirmed, and they'll be here. We hope the 7th one will join. It should be a great debate. I hope that the community packs this room out. That's my hope. This is very important because this is the future of our public safety for Los Angeles County, and we're going to be able to feature that right here. Cerritos Chamber of Commerce will be hosting the event. Or actually, the City of Hawaiian Gardens will be hosting the event, and the Chamber will be putting the event together and having the mediator here. So it'll be a great event, and hope that you'll all be here and participate. Also, I did attend, and I forget what we called it, Public Safety Awareness Day, or what was it, that the sheriffs put on over at the park. What was that called?
Safe Communities Month.
Safe Communities Month. There you go. I was able to stop by, and I know Mike Gomez was there too, and he was able to see the presentation that the sheriff made with the police dog. And I did go into the little earthquake house and was shocked to see what a 3.5 earthquake feels like in a small classroom. And then just a couple days later, we shook. So anyway, I just want to encourage everybody in our community, check out the information on Red Cross. Check out the information that you can discover on how to make your home safe. I mean, I got all my cabinets tied up now to the beams. You know, we don't realize how unprepared we are until we really shake. And we shook quite a bit, didn't we? We've had aftershock after aftershock. So be ready and get your water and get your safety kits. And if you need to know what to do, I think we have a connection on our website that you can do that. So.
Thank you. I would just like to add that on our event, I have many residents come up to me and say this is one of the best ones they have ever seen. So I just, like I said, I think this committee that we have for our public events, I think we should keep it together and so that we can have more events like this.
If I can just make one more comment, I need to do. We had a great history booth at the carnival this year. That had a great history book that was put together, and Sue and Lucy, our city clerks, put that together. They did a great job on the histories, very thorough. And then we had pictorials that you guys have helped supply pictures for several months, and they were put together. And of course, that display is going to be growing so that next time we have an event, not Easter, okay, it's not going to grow that fast, but by the 4th of July, we'll have that display up again, and it'll have even more things in it. So it's just great to see all those things. Oh, and they are in the lobby, so if you get a chance to look at it. But yeah, the city clerks did a great job on that, and a lot of hard work. So thank you.
Mayor, if I also may add something else, and just acknowledge former Mayor Canada, who's here and often comes to the meetings. I know she's working with us on preparing the powwow. I couldn't find the word preparing. Is that the word, preparing? But thank you for being here. And also our city manager, temporary city manager, or acting city manager. I don't know if you want to take a moment and introduce yourself to the community. I don't know how long you're going to be with us, but...
Yes, my name is Howard Caldwell. I've been consulting with the city for the past 14 years, and I'll be with the city another couple of weeks, and after that I'll be officially retired. And I, too, would like to commend the staff for an outstanding job they did in preparing for the parade and executing the parade. And I don't think that we had any negative aspects because we accent the positive, and that's no reflection upon the city. It was great. I really enjoyed the part I saw. Thank you.
And we're going to miss Howard. Howard has been a great asset to our city, and he deserves retirement, and he's looking forward to it. He's acting as city manager for the next couple of weeks because Ernesto is out. He had a little son named Mario who was born at 8 pounds and 1 ounce. He's a big boy.
His
Mom
wife,
and baby
his
are
wife
doing,
had the child, by the way.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay. Mom and baby are doing well, and there's a very cute picture, cute child, and everybody's healthy and happy. So we congratulate him.
Yes, thank you, Howard. I've been trying to have him stay until I retire. We're both the same age, and we were in the military at the same time. So we have a lot in common, so I was trying to see if he could stay here until I retire so we can both retire together. But he doesn't seem to go with it. With that, I will adjourn a regular meeting and we'll proceed to our successor agency, RDA meeting. And we'll go to the agenda organization. This is the time for the agency board to discuss any changes in the order of the agenda items. So if we have no changes, then we'll, if anybody wishes to is this the time where we can go ahead and vote on the consent calendar? Well, we have public hearings, and then we go into the consent calendar. Items listed on the consent calendars are considered routine and will be enacted by one motion and one vote. There will be no separate discussion of these items. If discussion is desired, that item may be removed from the consent calendar and will be considered separately. Anybody wishes to remove any items or?
Seeing none, I'll make a motion to approve the consent calendar in its entirety.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Aye. Unanimous. Then we'll proceed to discussion items. Any discussion items? New business? Closed session, none?
No.
Oral staff reports?
No staff reports.
Oral agency reports?
Yeah, I'd like to state one thing. As the chair of the Oversight Board, the successor agency, we received this, maybe Omar can explain it more, but this is a review from the state controller. It's a review of the asset transfer that we had to perform as part of dissolving the RDA. And basically, what I wanted to point out in their conclusion section, it says, our review found that the redevelopment agency for the City of Hawaiian Gardens transferred $15,368,180 in assets after January 1, 2011 to the successor agency. We did not, I repeat, we did not identify any unallowable transfers of assets that occurred during the review period between the RDA, the City of Hawaiian Gardens, and or other public agencies. So I just wanted to make sure that was noted that we're complying.
Yeah, and just to summarize, as part of the dissolution of the redevelopment agency, the state and the county both conducted various audits, and all of the audits came out clean, and we now have certificate of compliance from the state of California indicating that we have complied with all the requirements of the Dissolution Act. So there's one more item that we need to process and we're working on, and that's the long-range property management plan. That should be completed, within the next month. And then once we complete that plan, we pretty much will have wound down and dissolved the redevelopment agency. The only thing that's going to be left is repayment of the bonds that are outstanding. So it's good news. One of the few agencies that are actually in compliance.
That's great news. Thank you for sharing that, Mr. Gomez. Can I get a copy of that report?
Sure.
Thank you. So I guess we adjourn. That'll be the next item H. So we will adjourn until the next regular successor agency meeting will be April the 22nd, 2014 at 6 p.m. Thank you.